Hi guys. So my addiction to nicotine is more like starts off really great. Nicotine is like a huge rush for those that have a taste for it, who enjoy that feeling. It's a huge rush. It lasted me about a year, maybe just around a year of it like working, where I was really catching like a high. After that, it became like this. You know how people with like heroin and stuff, like they do it to maintain, and they still feel something off it, just not the same. It became like that. And then on top of that, cigarettes are a little bit different because, this is the other weird part is like with heroin, some people enjoy the process. They like shooting up the needle at this point. I started liking just the process of the inhale and then exhalation. I enjoyed that shit. I have been enjoying that shit, So that with the addiction, like you feel like after a while you get this slight cloud of just you've used so much nicotine that you have ever so slight like soul loss, ever so slight like personality disorder without it. If you've used like a lot of nicotine, after a while you get this slight, ever so slight, like you are the nicotine, kind of like personality disorder of you can't like there's tons of benefits, but if you've been a user for like a long ass time and you use tons, you might feel like when you finally quit, you might feel a slight ability to relax within your mind that you didn't have while on the cigarettes, and that's how much sense that's going to make. Your life's going to make sense in like a different way when you're off the cigarettes all the time. I mean, if you're one of those people that's always keeping, like a real smoker, you're always keeping nicotine in your blood. You're always calming down and getting that same rush over and over and over again. I'm not here to stop you or say that you shouldn't have fun, but I'm just telling you the objective, what I believe to be somewhat of it's pretty accurate to be kind of like the objective truth about nicotine. So, yeah. You get this slight cloud of like, or feelings of slight, like after a while, like there's the benefits is like you get a little more creative, goes well with like things like caffeine, coffee and cigarettes is always a good combination. There's things like that are fun and stuff like that, but low battery right now, sorry. But yeah. So like I'd say like just if you start feeling like why not quit type of shit, like why should I not quit? Or I want to quit, just do it. It's really not the hard you got to be like forced to do it. If you got money and you can always buy cigarettes, but when you're forced to do it, that's when it's the easiest. When you're just in an environment where you're not allowed to have cigarettes, that's the easiest way to do it. I mean, just like get it over with. I mean, it still sucks. Like the first, about 4 days, you just have this, you're just like reaching for that cigarette and it's not there, But then like 4 or 5 days goes by and you get this random reminder of like, oh yeah, life is a little bit different when you're not constantly using nicotine. It's a little bit more organic or authentic than when you're constantly using drugs, or nicotine in particular in this one. But that's kind of the story you see with a lot of these drugs, is that's the same kind of effects it'll have. You'll be chasing the high, you know what I'm saying? So it's something to think about. I have a whole nother side to me where I do not regret using drugs at all. I think it totally helped me. Helped me brand, helped me like learn things, helped me have energy that I used, especially the ones that are more of success tools for me. I mean, I think everyone who has tried the spectrum of drugs, knows like that one drug that's like their success tool. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool, right? Mine is, it depends. I mean, it's a situation with the stimulants because I'm like a total horn dog on the stuff, which can lead to serious behavioral changes because it's like the second, like if I get active, like if I get distracted, I'm like, okay, so I worked out a few times on it, and there was a few times where I did like work on it, where I was at a job, and that was like amazing, right? That was amazing. But then what did see? I screwed it up. What did I do? I just was like, I would watch porn most of the time, you know, like 85, 90% of the time I was on Adderall, I would watch porn. We're talking like high doses of Adderall, like it. But that's okay. So I can get really productive with my habits on Adderall. So that's one for me. It's just I need to find that way. I need and I even thought some really druggy thoughts about mixing it with weed and stuff like that to kind of counteract the demonic behavioral concerns that comes with like hardcore stimulants. You know, because it is a thing. Like it really spikes your dopamine enough where you're so numb to everything that you can make some really different decisions than what you would make sober. You know, and so. But alcohol is kind of like that. Like for me, there's certain drugs at a certain spot, hit the spot, right? So like if you are with friends, I mean, you guys are just chilling. It's just a cheap legal way to just get fucked up. It's just alcohol. And it's still as fun like that, you know? It's good to just get fucked up around some friends. And it's been too long. Yeah, the nicotine has been, I've got to quit at some point. I don't think my lungs are like quite done where if I, like no matter what, my lungs are screwed. I don't think it's quite there. I think I have a good chance to heal them, but I've taken a lot of damage. But the cigarettes, like, again, like after a cigarette or two, your lungs feel like you can instantly feel a significant difference of like how much you can breathe. And so after like 3 or 4 cigarettes, I swear I'm having a hard time breathing because my lungs are torn up. Vaping, it's not quite the same. Like you can kind of tell I've had a little bit of damage to my lungs, but like it was more the smoking was what really would damage it more. And I did smoke a lot. I smoked a lot of cigarettes. That's retarded, right? So and then it starts getting like, well, maybe I should just smoke weed only and have that be my only drug, just weed and caffeine only. That'd be my healthy way to, you know what I'm saying? You have people that believe that cannabinoids are like good for you. Like you need your CBD fill up, you know what I'm saying? You need that fill up of like healing, that mystical energy of the weed. You need that stuff for your mind to get more into the objective, space out in like a cool way, like a fun way, like outer space type of shit. Not just like we think he's excluded because he's too spaced out. I'm talking about like outer space. Like you're like on the moon type of shit. You're feeling like good, So, all right.